ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः Let's see. Mhm. Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So if you're able to hear well, yeah, I welcome you
Yes,
to our day 4 of Sri Rama Caritamrta. In that, in the last 3 days, we spent time absorbing ourselves in the deeds of wonderful pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. And yeah, I would still categorize this as Adi Leela only, mainly because we are still were discussing about the childhood pastimes. Later, that when they were in the boyhood, they accompanied Vishwamitra Muni and then they reached Janakpuri and there Lord Ram, though he was very young compared to all the other kings who were there or who tried to win the hand of Sita. Nevertheless, we see even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see the first Adi Leela is about Gauranga Mahaprabhu's early childhood pastimes, which were naughty, and then as a scholar in Sanskrit, and then the Adi Leela goes till where Mahaprabhu Gauranga Vishwambara he got married to Lakshmi Priya. And Madhya Leela is mainly about various other pastimes where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enters into sannyas ashram and then he travels through India and all those things. So in line to this, if I may, I would like to continue or actually end this Adi Leela, spending few more, yeah, maybe minutes. I know, I mean, I feel that speaking such a wonderful epic of Lord Ramachandra in so briefly mm, is not justifying, but yeah, still it's yeah helps us to develop the mood for upcoming Ram Navami celebration. So yeah, it was that moment which was like a thunderous thunderbolt that was vibrating all over the world. And then this was because of Lord Ram lifting the bow, which he didn't even do much, but it for him it was a bit fragile. Though there were so many who even failed to budge this bow even a bit, they could not. But Ram very swiftly lifted it, and then he tried to pull the string or tie the string to the bow, and before it uh, then this broke, and that sound made everyone unconscious except Lakshman, Janaka, Vishwamitra, and Ram, of course. Everyone fell unconscious. So then Janak was very happy. He finally, yeah, all his worries came to an end that he can hand over his lovely daughter to his mm, to this prince of Ayodhya, Ram. And when he came forward with this proposal, then Ram simply said that, yes, I have done this, but not in the intention of actually only winning. Yeah, Sita. The main thing is that, yeah, as hmm, as per the instructions of my guru, I have proceeded and yeah, uh, if at all we would like to proceed forward in this matter about marriage, it's all in the hands of my father. And Vishwamitra Muni also, he just immediately asked Janak Maharaj to send his messengers with all the ornaments, that precious things that can he can send to invite them. First of all, say this, the wonderful Swayamvar, how it happened, and then say the good news that Lord Ram has broken this bow and then he's ready to take the hand of Sita, but with the blessings of Dashrath. There was a whole jubilation just by knowing this news. Ayodhya became a place of paradise where everyone were happy. There were no bounds, anything to their happiness. They very eagerly arranging themselves with all ornaments they want to give as a return gifts when they visit Ayodhya, when they visit Mithila. So it is said that everyone, it was not like, okay, only the kings, the queens, and ministers went, or guru, priests went. No, everyone wanted to be present in that great occasion, which would be a marriage or wedding of their dearmost Prince Ram. So it is said that when everyone were walking, it was, I think, quite some distance to reach. I mean, we know where is Ayodhya in India and where is Janakpur in Nepal. So it is said that there were so many people that the first person who reached Janakpuri, yeah, uh, but still there was still so many people who have not yet left from Ayodhya because it was so much crowded the path. So the whole path was filled with all people who were eager. Ayodhya Vasis, they went to Janakpuri to not miss this occasion and be part of it. And then there were nice exchanges between Dashrath Maharaj and Janak Maharaj. Uh, they welcome, I mean, Janak Maharaj welcomed Dashrath, and then with heavy heart, of course, because of joy, he started then narrating. Yeah, yesterday we discussed the glories of Lord Ram in the from the mouth of Vishwamitra Muni. He said that, these boys are the sons of sons of Dashrath Maharaj, who has done Putra Kameshti Yajna. And this Ram is not an ordinary, yeah, because he has killed Daman Tataka. He has, protected the Yajna, and also, so all these things. And of course, we will see who is Sita. In fact, Sita was not ordinary. She is also called Ayonija. Ayonija means one who is not born from the womb. And how did she appear? Is that what Janak Maharaj is narrating with great happiness, at the same time why heavy, because yeah, he will be very soon be missing her, because she will be going yeah, getting married and going to her home, yeah. So Janak Maharaj is said that there was a sacrifice that Janak was performing, and for that, the plan or idea is that he will plow the field, and whenever there is this anything that stops this plow, immediately he used to give a lot of gold and other ornament valuable things to the people. And then the plow will again start moving, and that's how he was doing. And the sacrifice could commence only with this tilling. So sacrifice, before sacrifice, this tilling of the field is a part of it. And when he was doing that, whenever the plow was blocked, he used to um, yeah, give so many golden things. But all of a sudden, what happened is, when this plow went to a point, then this plow couldn't move forward. It was completely stuck, and whatever he has given gold was not. Mm, yeah, so um, and then donations came to a point when this permanently stuck, and it's not about he can't give donations, that is not the question, but why is the plow not moving? So what he did is that he asked people to start digging and find out what is that. When they digged a bit deeper, they saw a very big golden box. When this golden box was there, everyone were excited to know what is this golden box is about. Yeah, yeah. You may have heard that in very very olden days there were always some kind of copper or golden pots filled with some golden coins that were inside, and people dig when it comes out. They think, oh, it is a blessing of the earth, Mother Earth, or yeah. But of course, government says if you come across such kind of pots, that belongs to the government, but not in those days. But anyway, this golden pot, the golden box was very big, and everyone wanted to know what was inside. And Janak was also curious and was bewildered to see. Uh, and he took this box, held it in his left hand, and with his right hand, when he opened, he saw a gold personified or molten gold personified child inside, and he was very surprised. Why? Because this was very priceless treasure. Yeah, it was not this golden box was priceless, but actually the baby who was inside. He was thinking, he was he was not sure. Uh, why? Because yeah, that's not so common. He was very happy, and he became very happy, and then he saw inside that this child was very very delicate, very radiant. He had ever seen her soft dark hair, um, everything. This girl was surely God's gift. This is what he understood, and Janak accepted her, uh, and then he named her as Sita. Mm. The meaning of Sita is Seet is the tip of the plow, and from there, I mean, she is appeared, so he gave the name Sita. Of course, Sita was also called by everyone there as Bhaumi Sutta because she came from the earth. That's why Bhaumi Sutta, and she is also called as Vaidehi because she is the mistress of Vaidehipura, or Mithila is also called Vaidehi. So in this way, he was saying that she was not ordinary, and now he at that time the great happiness that gave him in great joy, because he had uh, yeah, as a blessing of the Lord, and now he is also happy. Why? Because he could give his daughter in hands of a great person like Ram. But then, yeah, while all this, yeah, yeah, what you call maybe socializing, or actually you can also say that the opportunity to know each other is what actually socializing means. Socializing is not that people come together and talk something, but actually knowing each other, serving each other, helping each other, and relationships. So here in this process, while the families were busy, the Surya Vansh and the Chandra Vansh were busy in enjoying, exchanging time. Vasishta and yeah, Vishwamitra, I think Sadan or Shatanand, I think they both they were discussing something else. Why? Because they think that mm, uh, I think I know. Sorry, yeah, I was just looking in the book. It is Vasishta and Vishwamitra Muni. They both they were discussing to themselves about some other plans, because they see Ram and Sita a wonderful pair, and why not the others? Why? Because he saw that Janak Maharaj has a second daughter who is Urmila, and then there is also Kushadwaja who is Janak Maharaj's brother. He had two daughters, Mandvi and Shrutakirti. So Vishwamitra Muni and Vasishta were thinking, why not? If all is well, why not everyone come to the same home? Yeah, so that everyone will be happy, and they have just shared this proposal, and this doubled the happiness that between Dasharatha's families and. In fact, Kushadwaja, he just came to be part of the wedding so that he can support his brother. But he was more than happy because with this, his daughters are going to be the daughter-in-laws, or yeah, of Solar dynasty. Yeah, everyone agreed it was not just okay. The plans of the gurus, but actually, and the wedding was performed in a grand scale that is described, um, how it was done, that there was so much happiness in everyone's heart that poured in the way, um, that was like nectar flowing in the streets, yeah, freely. Yeah. So after that, now when the wedding is over, or actually the Janak Maharaj is um, putting the hand of Sita over the hand of Ram, and then he is speaking something very important advice. It was not advice to his daughter that you go to your husband's home and it's actually more. He was telling again the greatness of Sita. Mm. So he starts saying that um, uh, he is implying that now Ram is under Sita's care. Mm. And as he handed over, he started saying uh, that this is your Sita, and don't garland anyone else thinking that she is Sita. This is first thing he says. Yeah, why? Because after seeing Sita, everything, whatever he was seeing, for him it appeared to be Sita, because he was so much forgot himself. So that's why. And then, of course, Janak then said Sita was virtuous, and what is the virtuous is that she abides to the rules. Mm. And because she was raised in royal family, she know everything that was expected from her as an ideal queen. uh, and he was also saying that daughter would be a kind of not just a wife, but a model wife, means the best wife one could get, who would respect her husband and be always chase him to be on the right path, or when he is on the right path, that he she also follows, but unhesitatingly correct him and take over from him if he deviated. So, in all, it's Janak Maharaj is saying that i- Sita is not ordinary, or yeah. And Janak assured Ram that Sita would be like his shadow. She would sync with Ram from head to toe, means as if like there are no two persons, it is only one person. There is no. So, in this way, Janak Maharaj mm, appreciates the greatness of Sita, and after that, uh, Ram takes a vow, as we read from the Srimad Bhagavatam, ninth canto, 10th chapter, in 22nd verse, Eko Patni Vrata. So that's what he says. And with this, wow, Ram um, mm, is glorious, and of course, it's a pain for all other women of Ayodhya, because they think, oh, now there is no chance that Ram will marry them. Yeah. So after this, um, Vasishta Muni asks Ram and Sita to exchange the garlands, and Ram, one by one, after that, all the three other pairs also marry, and in that way, this wedding becomes a very happy moment. And when this is done, the wedding, this is what exactly Vishwamitra Muni actually came into this whole Leelas of Lord Ramachandra, is so that he can take Ram from Ayodhya for the welfare of everyone, and in the end also connect with his divine eternal consort, Srimati Sita Maharani. So in that way, after this, Vishwamitra Muni says farewell to everyone, and then he says he would go ahead to the north. Uh, North direction is always considered to be more spiritual, and so he goes towards north. North pole is north, is about Himalayas. Interestingly, south is actually Lanka. So, um, so anyway, so Vishwamitra finally he leaves, and then everyone gets absorbed in their own fun time. When all this was going on, then comes the moment. that there was someone who is coming, and it was like a roaring lion. He's none other than Parashuram. When he was coming, everyone got scared, especially Dashrath Maharaj. He was even more scared. Why? Because oh, he was thinking Parashuram has become peaceful. He is now in Mahendragiri Parvat, yeah, Mahendra Parvat or Mahendra Mountain. And from there, uh, why would he come unless there is something which has happened? And especially he is enemy of Kshatriyas. Yeah? So because of him, he has killed so many Kshatriyas, and that the blood flow like rivers, right? whenever whenever he came to get the news that Parashuram was coming to Ayodhya, and what he used to do is he used to marry someone. Yeah. And because he just married, so when Parashuram comes, he says, oh, how can he make her a widow, um, just newly married? So in that way he used to leave, and in that way he had 350 queens, and now he was very scared what is going to happen. And uh, with that, Parashuram, he was saying, he came to the spot, and then he said, a few days back there was a deafening roar shock that came to this Mahendra mountain, and it spoiled my meditation. uh, that instant I took a vow to meet that person who did it. Hmm? Who did it? And I'm looking for Ram, the breaker of that bow, who has broken that Shiva Dhanush. So Parashuram looked at Ram and appreciated his valor, and he displayed through slaying that Tataka, killing Tataka, protecting the yajna, and also breaking the bow. And it really did not matter how unimaginable and astounding his feats were, but Parashuram had come all the way from his place just to test his skills on equally powerful bow that was in his hand. What was that bow that he had? Was Vishnu Dhanush. This Dhanush came to Jamadagni's, Parashuram's father, Richika Rishi, who gave it to Jamadagni, and from Jamadagni it came to Parashuram. So he wanted to test, would Ram care to display his strength on Parashuram's bow? And this is what he was just hysterically, he was mysterically smiling, and Ram was, he was just thinking, oh, why someone tests me? So he knew that Parashuram was an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, just like himself, and was throwing a futile challenge. Why? Because uh, if it is Vishnu's bow, can't Vishnu lift it? Why? Because Ram is Vishnu, but of course he's saying, hey, why is he testing me? Doesn't he know that after all, I am Vishnu and he is Vishnu? And Parashuram raised his arm, and this golden bow for all to see, and he walked to Ram and said to sting it. Could Ram sting it or not? This is what he wanted to test. And then uh, if Ram could actually achieve this, Parashuram promised a duel with him, which means, if at all, it's not just that he lifts the bow, but also if he can do it, then I think that he's equal to me, that I can fight. So that spirit, why? Because of course Ram was Kshatriya, and then he wanted to see the valor of him. And after having put this challenge, Parashuram, he glanced at Ram, who was very calm and composed. And after interpreting what happened, Ram could see that Parashuram was having a tinge of pride. He was having a sense of pride. In that sense of pride, he was forgetting what is he doing. Why? Because he could see that Dashrath has come to his feet and begging protection for his son. In fact, he says, hey, you Bhargava Rama, Bhargava Rama, please, please be pacified. And uh, why he addresses him as Bhargava Rama is, Bhargav means, yeah, he's coming in that clan, and Bhargav is a Brahmana. So reminding that you are a Brahmana means he should be having compassion. And this was not appreciated by Ram to see that how can his father, on one side, Parashuram is famous because he took this resolve that because his father was killed and that's why he has uh, uh, annihilated so many races of Kshatriyas. That is commendable. But here he is seeing that another father is not well respected. So anyway, finally, if Parashuram had so much respect for his own father, how could he let another's father beg in front of him? So Ram pointed out to Parashuram, uh, um, uh, thinking that this is something double status. But anyway, he took the bow and then he took an arrow. He could just arrange it, and then he just said, "Now I could." hmm, I have done what you wanted. And that too in lightning speed. For him it was nothing. And when he took this arrow, bow and arrow, and he said, now this arrow is ready, tell me what should I do. No, Ram did not want to kill Parashuram anyway because he is a Brahmana. Hmm? And of course, and he was also related to his own master Vishwamitra because Vishwamitra is Kaushik. In before he was a king who became Rajarshi, then became Brahmarshi as Vishwamitra, I mean, his sister is Kaushiki. So in that way, he is related to him, and he gave Parashuram two options. Uh, he could either shoot the arrow at Parashuram's leg so that he gets disabled, him, or aim at all the power and piety that Parashuram has acquired through years of meditation. And then Parashuram had a choice, but this choice was a very tough choice. Why? Because, or actually easy to decide. Why? Because he has, after he has annihilated so many Kshatriyas, then he has given the earth, whatever, because when you kill, it means that everything belongs to you, right? When you conquer a king, that means the land belongs to you. Finally, all the earth was in his possession, but um, upon Kashyapa Muni request, he just donates it to Kashyapa Muni so that everything again can again go on, and that's why he cannot stay on earth. So rather, he has to go on to a hill or a mountain called Mahendra. For that, he need to walk. He need to be able to go. So that's why he said, rather than hurting physically, whatever I have acquired, let that everything be hit. So Parashuram decided he need his limbs, and by the night he has to go back. Mm, so anyway, so then Ram releases the arrow, and then it will suck all the power of Parashuram, and then this arrow also goes and um, mm, uh, after Parashuram, anyway, after that Parashuram circumambulates Ram three times, and finally he leaves to his mountain for penance. And here I'm just going very briefly again, but there are so many points here. One may ask, here is a very nice point here, that two incarnations of Lord Ram we can see, but it is said that Lord Ram is Lila avatar and also Yuga avatar, whereas Parashuram is a Shakti Avesh avatar. And Shakti Avesh avatar means a Jiva Tattva which is empowered by the uh, energy of the Lord. So Shakti Avesh avatar. So in that way, we cannot see that how come that Parashuram, when he is Vishnu, he couldn't recognize who is Ram. Is he not the same, and why does he have this pride, etc. So that can be understood from that point of view. And Ram assured, after this, Ram assured Dashrath's safety, and this was a great, proud moment uh, for Dashrath Maharaj and everyone to see how his son is even protecting him, yeah, or protecting everything, or taking control of things in the best way. So I would say, in case if you would make a note, I would say here I would pause for actually Adi Leela. Maybe we can logically conclude here. Why? Because from here we will see what happens in Ayodhya. Yeah. What happens in Ayodhya is amazing things, and that's what we go into the Ayodhya Kanda. And from Ayodhya Kanda, just like how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes sannyas, of course, Lord Ramchandra is not taking sannyas, but we can see that he gets into Vanavas. And just when we see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling for establishing dharma, or establishing Krishna consciousness all over, we can see what Lord Ramchandra does. So maybe, yeah, I feel there are a few similes between these nice deeds of the Lord in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Treta Yuga as Lord Ramachandra. And let's dive what happened in the case of after everyone returned to Ayodhya. There were celebrations day in, day out. Everyone were uh, so much absorbed in festivities that they forgot is it night or day, because the whole city was lit with all the lamps and fireworks, everything, and flowers and fountains filled with scented waters, all these things. And when everything was so happy, there the reversal kicks here that Dashrath uh, starts getting bad omens, very, very bad omens that makes him worried. Why? Because, yeah, we may think that if something is happening, we may think, okay, we may not know why, because we don't know the signs of omens. But we can see there are so many things that happened in the night of Dashratha that he started even sweating so profusely. He was panting so much that he couldn't sleep at all. It was like, a dream where one is swallowed in darkness, where you don't know where are you going, and it was like a pitch dark, and as if like some haunting is going on, and all these signs where the blood was, rain of blood was happening, and donkeys were, what do you call, barking, not barking, yanking, huh? So anyway, so many signs caused him to worry so much, and then he couldn't sleep, and then he woke up and he started running here and there, like moving here and there to see what is this and what can be done and what can be done, what can be done. At that time came to his mind that yes, I think it's time. Finally, it is time for him to actually uh, end not just the sleepless night, which anyway, yeah, as the sun rises is gone, but he is looking for that sunrise which can end all his worries. And that sunrise, which is actually the hope. The rise of this hope was came to his mind. Immediately he became very, very happy, relieved, and the more and more he was moving here and there, he was mm, uh, planning, or I know, the more and more it became more and more clear for him, and more and more it was clear, the more and more he came out of that feelings of disappointment and uh, anxieties. What was that? He thought that, okay, it's time for him to hand over the kingdom to Ram. Why? Because that is the only hope. He thought for all these problems, it is that um, Ram is the solution, so that he can rest, he can retire. This is what he was planning. His two problems, which were worrying him, um, um, can be addressed by only one solution, just like one arrow and two, what is it? One shot, two birds. Yeah, they say. So in that way, he was thinking Ram is the option, and then Dashrath, he went next day morning, even before everyone even could come. But, I mean, they were not expecting anyway. The king was going to come, turn up so early, so he even went early, and it was everything a special day for everyone to see, which was usually when the king is coming inside the courtyard, and before he gets onto the throne, there will be people who is going to glorify the greatness of his and his ancestors, and all these things didn't matter for him. He just was only thinking with one pointed attention of how to um, how to make Ram as his successor. And in the assembly, the king, um, he came, and of course others came, and after everyone felt comforted, yeah, when Dashrath sat, everyone sat, and the presence of everyone, Dashrath regarded these were not ordinary, yeah, these are not ordinary ministers and supporters who were supporting him. They are very intelligent experts in their own fields. uh, and so everywhere Dashrath turned, he could only see all were very, very loyal, and they are ready to support him. And he was certain that um, the right people before him to endorse the right person for as the heir of the throne. So, and then uh, when Dashrath was uh, prepared, yeah, when Dashrath was prepared, he started then saying, okay, this city of Ayodhya thrives on the principle of sacrifice. That is very important principle. So he gave this addressing his people who were seated in there, and he said, and my generation is not what was actually there. It was all of us have together have made it, that we all have sacrificed for the welfare of the Ayodhya. And uh, so the satisfaction of Ayodhya citizens has been my life's sole purpose, and I have been doing that uh, with all it could be because of the charities that I have done. I have granted humble benevolence, all the support that I have given without any sense of selfish interest. I have done everything. I have depended on the collective wisdom of all of you. And then after this, now Dashrath turns to the point. He says that hmm, um, I am getting old. I'm getting old, and my strength, yeah, as well is decaying. And yeah, I'm shriveling up as does a flower. This is the time that not the bud is. It's rather that the time when the flower is going to shrivel. So this is my stage of my life, and the burden of righteousness is indeed heavy. To be dharmic and to maintain all these things, I think my shoulders have been doing it for quite some time, and now, I have been carrying it around on my never-resting shoulders across so many seasons. And what is happening is that I long for rest and wish. Hello, um, am I with you?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
So finally, I would like to take rest. This is nice, but what is the way out? Yeah? It's not like a normal trend that the kings just decide that they take rest. And he says, my dear friends and well-wishers, um, I want to just share my heart openly without anything. Uh, uh, and he just expressed, I um, would like to hand over the kingdom in the hands of Ram. And of course, he says that why? Because till now I have been fighting the enemies who are outside, but I need to take retirement so that I can focus on internalizing myself peacefully so that I can remove all the six anarthas that are inside to conquer them. A king or Maharaj means it doesn't mean that he is only a Kshatriya. It doesn't mean that only he is going and fighting against other kings and winning them. No, a king or Maharaja means one who has control on his six enemies. What is there? Kama, Krodha, Mada, Moha, Matsarya, and did I cover everything? Yeah, anyway, every time I Moha, envy, pride, Matsarya. mm, Yeah,
Lob,
did I? Okay, thank you.
lob.
Was missed. So, so I want Ram to take over from me, and I want to retire to focus on main purpose of life. So this is what is very clear. And then when he said all these things, all the citizens who were present there, they were there was some sense of silence, but then they came very loud. Everyone at same time, Ichamaha, Mahabahum Raghuviram. It says we all desire, Ichama, we all desire um, Mahabahum, the mighty Rama, who is none other than Raghuvira, as also our king. We also like it. In fact, they were very happy, and they also liked it because they were also eager. It's not that they had to accept this. It's not that they just simply had to accept it, but they are very eagerly waiting when Ram will come, so that all whatever maybe some unfortune or not a misfortune, they or inauspicious things, everything will be turned for all good. So why? Because Ram is a treasure of virtues. Yeah, in fact, Valmiki, when he asked Narad Muni, who is that the most virtuous person, Narad Muni, yeah, narrated the Ramayana. Why? Because Ram is personification of all virtues. In fact, uh, maybe because after all the deeds of Ramayana, right? Maybe one can say, but we can already see till now from Balakanda till here, we can already see he has excellent talent, which means yeah, he learnt everything from Vasishta and also Vishwamitra Muni and also from Dashrath Maharaj and also from his mothers. So talent or expertise or skills, he is the master of that. And he has proved when the times of test came, yeah, to whether to kill Tataka or other instances. By the way, I forgot. There is a simile here. We can see that Ram first victim was Tataka, and Krishna's first victim was who is that? Putana. And Acharya says that both represent avidya. Here, interestingly, Ram, the Lord, is directed by Vishwamitra Muni when Ram was hesitant, because Ram was representing a devotee, aspirant to become a devotee or to become a pure devotee. That's why Vishwamitra Muni, as a guru, was instructing Ram to kill Tataka. And in the case of Krishna, there was no instruction, which means Krishna himself directly killed. In both the cases, the Lord and the spiritual master desire that the avidya is burnt, so that anyway. So talent wise, Ram has abundance of it, whether it is not only martial arts, even singing or speaking or serving in all that. And then he also had excellent attitude. It's not that because he had so much he became proud. No, he also was very generous and grateful. And because of that attitude, he used to be uh, mm, helpful for all the people, yeah, or citizens, and these symptoms. So he was approached by everyone whenever they want. So these qualities made the attitude was perfect, and then not only attitude but also character. So, in sense of character means is that even when the time of test came, he didn't budge. He was maintaining those values, used the skills properly. It was not that, yeah, we will see also in the Yuddha Kanda when Lord can release Brahmastra when because he can, but he didn't do that. Yeah, only when it was for a good cause. So these are some qualities who for which Ram was appreciated and were eager that may he become their king. And in fact, they said that Dasharath, please rest assured that your decision to step down and hand over the reins to Ram is not only accepted by us, is also desirable by us. Of course, if someone will hear like that, it might pinch a bit, as if like, okay, Dashrath, till now the citizens were not happy, and now they were really looking when will Dashrath step down. No, they were more eager because Dashrath, though he was already giving everything, protection, everything, but they were eager. His only Dashrath's disqualification was that his son himself is even far, far. better favorably disposed than Dashratha. Uh, anyway, so in that way, everyone who were there present were eager and they were happy, and then they unanimously agreed, and then immediately the Dashrath said, "Okay, straight away start arrangements for the coronation of Ram." That was the plan. So then Vasishtha Muni took it, and he was also very eager. Why? Because this is a what do you call this? Once in a lifetime event, isn't it? Uh, to see. Why? Because the Lord is taking the Rhine, and then a devotee is getting the opportunity to serve the Lord in this way. So he himself went and started arranging so many things that are required when it comes to this action. Yeah, he has to arrange the best quality rice, milk, yogurt, uh, gold, diamonds, and all worshipping paraphernalia, whatever is needed, and then hundreds of natural herbs, floral garlands, corn, honey, clarified butter, clothes, all kinds of weapons, and army, whatever is required for this Pattabhishekam or the coronation, everything was to be arranged, and also the water should be brought from sacred rivers. So he sent, um, and in this way, Vasishtha Muni was very happy and he engaged. Of course, I missed one point in this, that even Vasishtha Muni also agreed happily the decision of Dasharath Maharaj for two reasons anyway. One is that, of course, Ram is very well qualified. This is one reason. Second thing is also that Dasharath can be free from and can retire, and then he can engage in his own Antya Leela. Maybe you can we can say so. So then, hmm, so Ram, who was 25 years old, he is now going to become take over the reign of Ayodhya. Arrangements were going in full swing, and all when these things happened, then what happened? There are these. Oh, I missed. Um, these coronation preparations are taking place, and then Dasharatha calls Ram to his place, and then he advises how to be, how to be a king. Yeah, though he was father, he says, mm, though I know you very well, I consider you as a friend, so I wish to say a few things. Uh, I am aware that you already know, but as a king, responsibility as a father, he says, as my job to tell you, a just ruler happily sacrifices the self at the pyre of world peace. Uh, so for the world peace, one is ready to sacrifice himself, all his priorities, and of course, desire and anger are two deadly weapons. One should be away by using the protection of satisfaction and patience. And further, he gives further um, guidance. But then that was not the main thing. Why Dashratha has asked Ram to be summoned? He wanted to tell something else, that he was saying that I have been worried since quite some time. I'm getting horrible nightmares and all these things. I really want, and I mean, he was also saying astrologically what is his current constellations that he is under. All these things he spoke, and he said, I want to crown you soon before my mind forces me to change to do something else. And yeah, so finally he said, yeah, and that's why I decide that may your coronation happen or crowning happens tomorrow itself. And then he just said, hmm, he said, "Mm, I want to see this coronation take place while Bharat is away." Uh, this was very shocking, and then Ram was looking. Maybe Dashrath will elaborate why he said so, but because there was no answer, and Dashrath continued saying, "Okay, Bharat is righteous and very compassionate brother, and he will follow you. But men are inconsistent, because of which sometimes impulses may throw up unexpected results. He, after that, he just said and he left. And then he asked him to go, and asked him and Sita to fast and always meditate on Lord and be prepared for tomorrow, which would be the coronation day. So saying so, everything was getting prepared, and Dashrath is also, felt relief after speaking all these things. And then um, yeah, just moving to, yes, the most happening moment of Ramayana, where we can see a turning point that is coming in the form of the plans of that lady who felt disturbed, who felt insulted, who felt hurt by the arrow that was shot by Ram when he was a boy. Why? Because this lady, she was thinking, hey, she had no clue what's happening, until she tried to decode the festival atmosphere and all. Why all so many kings from different places are coming here, and all these things. She asked someone, and she came to know that in fact this is the plan of Dasharath, that he wanted to make Ram take over, and this caused immense pain for her. And then now we are going to hear the story of Manthara. We are going to hear the Gita, Manthara Gita. What is that? Is that she couldn't accept this, and she started thinking that all this is because of uh, the desire of Dashrath Maharaj, which is opposing her interest. In fact, why? Because Manthara, she was thinking that Kaikeyi is the most beloved queen of Dashrath Maharaj, but here it seems that no. Why? Because she also saw, when everything was happening there, she also saw Kaushalya was distributing or charity, giving charity to people very, very happily, and which usually was done by Kaikeyi till now or in the past. So, so, and then she went to Kaikeyi, and she started asking what is happening, and she was not having any clue. Huh? Um, uh, she was just eager to see what is this Manthara going to tell. She's saying, um she tried to wake her up first by just touching, but she was in great happiness, and then she simply, Manthara being elder and also was sent by her father, when she got married. Manthara, she said, "Get up, you fool." She screamed, still holding the feet, and she screamed so harshly that at least now maybe Kaikeyi from her slumber she will get up. And then she said, "Are you unaware of calamity that is at your doorstep? How foolish are you?" Uh, just like how Krishna is awakening Arjuna from his weakness, Hridaya Daurbalyam, Kashmalam Hridaya Daurbalyam, Krishna, Uttishta Parantapa is saying here. Mantra is also saying, "Hey, are you fool? What kind of calamities at your doorstep and yours in your slumber?" And then Kaikeyi, she said, "A woman who has four powerful, virtuous sons need not fear any bad situation or any ill person in this world. Uh, with my sons Ram, Bharat, Lakshman, Shatrugna around me, why should I worry about minor calamities? Whatever calamity, I have sons who can take care of it." Then Mandhara listened Kaikeyi, and she thought she's a thoughtless person and sleeping despite his house being swept away by a flash flood. Just and Manthara was certain that this flood of troubles that is going to come next morning would carry Kaikeyi away. And then she started telling that, hey, how can you be too naive to interpret her? So she told Kaikeyi, hey, listen, Dasharath flaunts you as your favorite queen, but that's not true. Huh? In reality, he favors Kaushalya more. His action today is proof enough Till now, I don't. I mean, you can very clearly see what is happening, and your fortune will now dissipate like a stream under the summer sun. So all your good fortune will be lost. Kaikeyi could sense some disturbing insecurity in the words what she's saying, but Manthara became more and more frustrated with Kaikeyi's inability to understand the gravity of the situation. So she went a step further to explain uh, just how Krishna is enlightening Arjuna. Here we are seeing what Manthara is doing. She is poisoning Kaikeyi. How? Gradually. Here we see you have been carrying a poisonous snake in your bosom. She is saying, you thought Dasharatha is your nectar, but rather actually it is poison. Uh, Nourished and strengthened by your love, it has now driven its poison fangs. It is none other than, the snake is none other than Dasharatha. You were always conceited. And then when Manthara was saying so ill respectful towards Dashrath Maharaj, then Kaikeyi is saying, you were always conceited about the complete control you had over your husband. No, no, sorry, this is still the version of Manthara. You are always thinking that your husband is in your hand, but you see what happened is Kaushalya has monopolized Dashrath now. Whatever you are doing, the sweet words have no use. Whatever is your beautiful attire is no use. The king is outwardly truthful but inwardly cunning. He is so cunning that inside he has love for Kaushalya, but outside he is showing love for you. And Kaushalya, through Dashrath, will cleverly set your future on fire. And Kaikeyi is saying, hey, don't go in circles or tell all this. Just speak clearly without fear. What's in your mind? And then Manthara just said, Dashrath has decided to appoint Ram. Uh, what is that Ram? She says, even useless Ram. Krishna. So she says, useless Ram to be set as king of Ayodhya. That incompetent son of Kaushalya who killed an innocent woman named Tataka with his arrow. The entire Solar dynasty is embarrassed because of this act, isn't it? Uh, but can you imagine how foolish it is for your beloved husband to appoint him as his heir, apparently? This news has left me drowning in fear. To me, this marks the beginning of torture for you and your son. It feels as if I have been hurled into bottomless pit of anxiety. So, but when Kaikeyi heard this news, huh, she was very happy, saying, "This is the best news I have ever heard in my entire life. My Ram is going to become the king. So amazing! This is nectar to my ears. For that, what can I give?" She just took a gem-studded necklace and she gave it. Uh, it will uh, fetch your fortune. Just have this. And she said, and but why do you contradict yourself by saying that Ram is going to become king and not my son? After all, Ram is my son. For her, she was having no difference between Ram. I do not see any difference between Ram and Bharat. My affection for Ram and Bharat are same. Right now, my mind is like golden pot filled with the brim of honey. So I have no kind of differentiation. Uh, Ask me any boon, ask me anything you want, I will give. So this is the mood that Kaikeyi was. And then Manthara poisoning goes further. She says, mm, so, okay. So she started saying, Ram had shot the arrow. The four boys were laughing. You remember this, right? When all this she was remembering, now I have to do something so that I can take vengeance. That is in her mind. So she looked at the jewelry in her hand and with deep frustration, and in order to make a point that she was not at all happy and to attract the attention of Kaikeyi, she just shake her out of her joyful trance. She banged this necklace down. At the end of this, Manthara succeeded in getting Kaikeyi's attention, and and she felt that it was her jealousy that was in the spirit. And but Manthara started saying, "Oh, foolishness embodied! You are writing your own story of doom. Yeah, why? Imagine a person in the middle of ocean drilling a hole um, in his own boat. Huh? So, how foolish such a person is. You, in your happiness, you are thinking that you can enjoy in spite of this happening, and you are allowing it to happen. What a foolishness it is. Which intelligent woman would be happy with the future of her stepson? Hey, Ram is not your son, Ram is your stepson. A stepson and a co-wife are women's primary enemies. Again, what I said, Manthara Gita. What is the Gita saying? Uh, that one cannot be happy with stepson and co-wife. Wise people say that one should deal with fire and enemy right away. Don't give it a chance. So your timely action will not only save you and your son, but also me from reaching stage of poverty. Otherwise, if you don't take care, all of us are doomed. In fact, if not, very soon you will become Kausalya's maid along with us, and your son will become Ram's servant. And know what happened? Ram's wife will be happy to see him in this position of respect and power, and your daughter-in-law will be sad to see Bharat, like all these kind of problems. And Kaikeyi said, "Oh, Mantara, stop. What are you telling? I know Ram more than I know myself. He has uh, a mountain of gem-like qualities. And why will he do like this? In fact, not only that, Ram is Dashrath's eldest son, of course, which means he is the one who is uh, qualified. Suryavamshi's or solar race is like a peacock and it follows the laws laid down by Manu closely. So anyway, this further she tells that no one can change nature. You cannot prevent Ram from ascending to the throne as much as you cannot prevent the eldest peacock from spreading its wings, um, first. So anyway, all this she starts justifying, but Manthara, she argues. She says, "Hey, huh, if everything is as innocent as you say, then tell me why Dashrath sent Bharat away. Why is he crowning Ram in his absence? Did you even think about that? You can't, Kaikeyi, because you're innocent. Yeah. The only explanation for why Dashrath has done is because of fear. Bharat is the only competition for Ram. Why? Because Lakshman will not compete with Ram because they are very, very close gelling, and Shatrugna is anyway. He he would not mind who will be the king. Anyway, he's the last son. So, so no one will bother about his opinion. Bharat is equipped with all qualities greater than Ram. So no wonder then that they are rushing to finish the coronation tomorrow itself without Bharat getting a hint of it. And now, by hearing this, Kaikeyi, convinced that Mantra was unnecessarily working out. She was hopeful Ram would hand over the reign. She was telling, in her mind, she was thinking, okay, Ram will rule for some time, and after some time, he will give to Bharat. Then she said, Kaikeyi, Manthara said, how foolishly you are thinking. After Ram will rule and after his time ends, his sons will take. It's not that Bharat will take, it's not the brother will take, it's the sons who will take. And in that way, he will never get chance to rule. Uh, the decision, whatever you have to make it now. Hmm. Uh, uh, she said, kingship is always offered for lifetime. So it's not like a intern, like over 3 months, 6 years, 10 years, tenure. It's not like that. And mantra was like poison without antidote. Means though there was some buddhi that Kaikeyi had, but this poison was so strong that she finally told, if you don't listen, there are three things that will happen. But if you listen, you will save. First of all, you will save yourself, you will save your son, you will save your father. How will you save yourself? Because your son will become the king, and when your son becomes the king, then you are saved, protected. Otherwise, if Ram becomes king, then his mother becomes the main queen, and you will become her servant. So, Kausalya will avenge every insult and disrespect you have shown her in the past. Can you withstand your co-wife's domination? And can you bear to be her maid? Hmm? Especially, I know you, yeah, for your ego, you can't handle such kind of things. You feel as if like death is better than living. Okay, that is first. So try to understand your future. If the poor come to you for favor, what will you give them? You only have to ask, go to Kaushalya because she will have the key to all the treasures that she can offer. So you are just servant. You become a servant of your co-wife. The second reason is why you should take my advice is because it will save your son from disaster. What kind of disaster it is? The disaster is that although you are Bharat's mother, you have been so busy enjoying these luxuries. Yeah, you allowed Bharat to spend more time with your mm, at your uncle's place. Yeah, so uh, and there is no bondage between Bharat and Dashratha. So that's why whatever will happen is Dashrath would give to Ram. So if a tree marked to be felled is covered by prick, anyway, that is analogy. So she says, your foolishness will result in Ayodhya's history, ignoring your son and all his descendants. The whole Bharatavarsha we may think, or yeah, one may not even remember that. But that's not the only concern. When Ram becomes king, you know what can happen is he and Lakshman will take over everything, will protect each other, because they are one, just like Ashwini Kumaras. That will not be the case with Bharat. Ram will hurt him down. He will hunt wherever he is, like a lion hunts a deer or hunts an elephant. Huh? I would advise you to rather send Bharat directly from his uncle's kingdom to forest because that is the safer place than Ayodhya. So if Ram becomes the king, he would just attack Bharat. So, oh, and your father, anyway. So then, when the third reason is how you can protect or save your father is you may not realize or you may not know that there is enmity between your father and Janak Maharaj. Huh? Ashwapati and Janak Maharaj, there is a dispute, there is a enmity between them. Janak Maharaj is not attacking or just because yeah, Dashratha is his what do you call this? Dashrath or Ram is his son-in-law. Yeah. So as soon as Ram becomes the king, then Ram and Janak can become together and they can plot and kill your father. So be alert, be careful. If you listen to what I'm going to say, then you are going to save yourself, your son and your father. That was it. Yeah. And now Kaikei completely lost in or trapped in the words of Manthara, and she said, now please tell me what should I do. And in short, I don't know what is time, I'm not seeing anywhere. Oh, is it 8 10 9 10?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, I'll try to wind up in 10 minutes more. Where am I? So anyway, so she said, "Oh, thank you very much. My illusion is now shattered. Huh? Whatever was intelligence that is shattered, but Kaikeyi is thinking my illusion is shattered. I am ready to follow your advice. Guide me, oh noble one. Without you, what would be my chance of happiness? Huh? Gift me that potent magic to make my son the king of Ayodhya and spell doom to shameless Kausalya and her son." 360-degree transformation because of the words of Manthara. And Manthara, she started telling, once upon a time, there was this, you went to, along with Dasharath Maharaj, to fight for Devatas, to kill Sambarasura. At that time, you fought like, yeah, though you went as a, yeah, uh, to accompany, but actually in trouble, actually you are the one who killed Sambarasura. You were the one who controlled the chariot so nicely that, yeah, Dashrath was saved, and he was so much indebted and obliged that he gave you two boons. You remember that? This is the time you have to ask that. These two boons will destroy Kausalya and build your future. So what is that? The first thing, not the second thing. The first thing is ask Dashrath Maharaj to make Bharat as the king. Yes, in fact, that's what she wanted also. And these two boons are such a nice, mm, precious presents from Dashrath Maharaj that she can change everything. So, but what about the second one? Ask him to send Ram to the forest, yeah, for 14 years of exile. Why? Why? And then immediately Mantra started explaining, yeah, if Ram would be still there, everyone will be very, very pity on him, or they may even plan something against him. Huh? Long years of Ram's absence from Ayodhya will only help Bharat Maharaj to establish his greatness. This is similarly what uh, Duryodhana wanted to do when Pandavas are not there. He thought of establishing himself by giving lot of charities and etc. So, so she is telling he can have intimate interactions with the people. Ram will only slowly lose his position, power, and value in the hearts of the people when he is not visible. So, so just convince Dashrath Maharaj to give these two boons. What is it? First one is make Bharat the king, send Ram to Ayodhya, sorry, Ram to forest for 14 years. So, but is it so easy? Just no. Manthara is also telling how to do it. He knows very well the mood of Dashrath Maharaj. She knows the value of Ram in Dashrath Maharaj's heart. So she also plotted a way that, okay, don't just give up into Dashrath Maharaj's what do you call feelings? What is it? Feelings of uh, pain, yeah, agony, or kind of, yeah, oh, my husband, I can't, yeah, feeling of sorrow, or sadness. Don't just get carried away. You just whatever we have planned is so nice, but to really make it reality, you need to be make all arrangements. So just go into this krodha graha, room of anger, means that already symbolizes that you are angry or you're not happy, and make yourself your attire such a way that you are totally disturbed, and that causes immense pain to your husband, to Dashrath. And when he is in such a pain, and when he is really, really pleading, what can he do so that he can come out of, or you can come out of that uh, krodha gruha, yeah. So then you tell, but in your plan, don't compromise. Make sure you ask Dashrath to send Ram to the forest. If he is exiled, only then will happiness will come to your way. Otherwise, it's gone. huh? So make sure that both are equally important. And just hearing this, Kaike's consciousness was dead, not even unconscious. Intelligence is not unconscious; it completely gone. So Kaikeyi then starts glorifying. Do you remember how Arjuna, when he sees the Vishwarup Virat Rup darshan of Krishna, and he says, "O Deva Deva Parandhama." So he is saying how so great are you, and glorification here. Kaikeyi is glorifying Manthara. She is saying. Uh, she said, "You are generally sad to look at their body. You are exception, though you have this hunchback. You are exception. You, unlike other hunchbacks, seem like beautiful lotus bent by the breeze. The beauty of your navel is shyly hidden from the world. Your thin waist, encircled with golden belt, swings with your graceful movements, creating a nice music. Like the royal swan, you glide gracefully on your long legs, which means because she can't walk like normal, but it was like great. Hiding within the folds of your beautiful silk sari. As soon as my Bharat is on the throne and uh, Ram walks off the forest, a golden garland will adorn your hunchback, and golden dots will ornament your forehead. You are already beautiful looking, looks even more. Anyway, all these things. Soon, all of Ayodhya's hunchbacked women will become your maids, and you will rule over them. So all this is what. And when she was saying so much, she said, "All this don't be in our dreams. Let's implement it." And yeah, I'll stop here so that we take up from here to understand what happened between Kaikeyi and Dashrath Maharaj, and eventually the plan. Of course, we know that Kaikeyi will be successful, but she still feels disappointed, and even not only disappointed, later she will become unhappy for what she has done, which neither pleased her son, neither pleased her husband. So, how can she be happy? These things we will cover tomorrow. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Okay.
Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, thanks for the wonderful recitation, Prabhuji. I had one question, Prabhuji.
Mhm.
Did you mention that Dasharath Maharaj told to Sri Ram that the coronation should happen before Bharat is back?
Yeah. Yeah.
But how did he know that, Prabhuji? So he knew.
What did he know? Didn't know? I didn't
Oh,
know.
no, you said
He
like.
knows that Bharat is not there, na? He went to his uncle's, I mean, Mamaji
Mhm.
in, so Kaikaraj, he went there. Um, so he was concerned if at all he would come before this coronation, then it would become little more challenging for him. Yeah. Actually, there is also, and I mean, this I wanted to keep it tomorrow, but as you asked, I can tell today. There is also a reason why Dashrath Maharaj was worried. Yeah. Why is when Kaikeyi already told, in fact, the eldest son will get the throne, isn't it? And who is the eldest son?
Sri Ram, right, Prabhuji?
Yeah,
Ram.
Sri Ram, right? But when, yeah, it is Kausalya was the eldest wife, the first wife. The second one was Sumitra, and third one was Kaikeyi. So on a special agreement, the father of Kaikeyi has, yeah, agreed for the wedding of Dashrath Maharaj and Kaikeyi. What was that? That the progeny of Dashratha and Kaikeyi will become the king.
Oh, okay. This
This
side.
only, this only Dashrath Maharaj and Sumantra, yeah, the minister, and Manthara. And Vasishta knows this, or I don't know. No, only Sumantra and Manthara know this. And in fact, of course, Kaikeyi know, but because, yeah, maybe she forgot that. So that was the agreement, and that is the reason why he was concerned. Okay, if at all that may happen, then he has to. One may ask the question, okay, but does this mean that being a Ikshwaku ruler from Ikshwaku dynasty, how can he do this? There is also other reasons which we will maybe discuss tomorrow. Hmm.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
I don't know if that answered your question, but
Oh, yes, Prabhuji, because, so I didn't have this background that,
mm,
Kaikeyi's father got this promise from Dashrath Maharaj.
mm,
That's
that was a deal. And somehow there are two deals that Dashrath Maharaj somehow tried to escape, or at least for a higher cause he wanted to. Mm.
sure. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. The questions, or yeah, I mean, I can't cover so much in detail. And at the same time, also try to keep. I was thinking, hey, how? why we are doing only an hour if we can do it 2 hours, but if it was 2 hours, we will think, hey, why not it's 3 hours? There is no end. uh, but I hope at least whatever little time we are able to spend, we are able to appreciate the greatness of Lord Ram and his deeds. Yeah? And we can see the greatness of each character, each personalities we can see in Ramayana help us how to be, how not to be. Yeah. And of course, we don't see what do you call this? There is no mention somewhere. It is that there is Mantara Gita. I'm just for I'm kind of referring so, and how these similes can be seen between different times, and how we can see also similarity in Kali Yuga, that maybe yeah, of course sometimes I'm bringing this Chaitanya Charitamrita as a reference also, but we can also see how this Ramayana is relevant to us in our own life even today. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Any other thoughts, anyone? Hmm. If
Okay,
not,
okay. Thank you. I mean, with answering Satish Prabhu's question, you already uh, cleared this doubt also, because I was having the same thing, same question, why Dasharatha Maharaj
mm-hmm.
was
Hurry.
thinking like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That is the reason. And of course, there is no harm if he would have given also um, to Bharat. There is no problem. Why? Because Kausalya will not be upset as much as Kaikeyi. But yeah, he knows what is the pulse of the people, what is the pulse of citizen, who is the best. Yeah, it is not that the other three brothers are not best, but still among the best is still Ramchandra. That's what Dashrath Maharaj wanted.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, then
Yeah.
thank you so much. Yeah. Have a nice evening. Partha, you are leaving today? Tomorrow?
No, no, no. Day after tomorrow.